Missing person cases are some of the hardest to deal with, not just for the families but for everyone who hears about them. The lack of answers, the open-ended questions, the sheer mystery. It's human nature to crave closure, to want to see the full picture. But sometimes, that moment never comes. Today's case is one of those stories. 17-year-old Paige Johnson was a single mother, a devoted daughter, and a loyal friend. She was also a teenager who, like any other, wanted to have fun. So, on the night of September 22, 2010, she went to a party, but unlike the other time she had gone out, this time, she never made it home. It took law enforcement 10 years to find Paige, and another 3 to convict the person most likely responsible for her disappearance. Even though everyone knew who was behind it, there was always one missing puzzle piece that made justice seem just out of reach. Welcome to True Crime Stories. If you're new here, I'm your host, Ty Knotts, and I post in-depth true crime documentaries every week. If you're fascinated by real-life mysteries and want to stay updated, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it helps the channel grow. Now, let's dive into the tragic case of Paige Johnson. Paige Johnson was born on August 29, 1993, in Cincinnati, Ohio, to parents Gary and Donna Johnson. She was the middle child, growing up with an older sister, Brittany, and a younger brother, Garrett. Despite her cheerful and outgoing personality, Paige's childhood wasn't the easiest. Her family struggled financially, and her father, Gary, battled addiction. Eventually, Paige and her siblings were sent to live with their grandparents in Edgewood, Kentucky. Paige and Brittany were more than just sisters. They were best friends. They did everything together. Paige looked up to Brittany as her role model, and the bond they shared was unbreakable. Paige was athletic, passionate about cheerleading and gymnastics, and determined to make something of herself. But like many teenagers, she also wanted to enjoy life. That's how, at just 15 years old, Paige found herself pregnant. And, in an unexpected twist, so was her 18-year-old sister Brittany. 9 months later, Paige welcomed a baby girl, Mackenzie. Being a young mother was challenging, and she made the difficult decision to drop out of school to care for her daughter. Thankfully, her family was there to support her, especially her grandparents. Though she was dedicated to raising Mackenzie, Paige was still a teenager. She wanted to hang out with friends, go to parties, and enjoy life. She made sure Mackenzie was safe with family before she went out, but on one tragic night, everything changed. September 22, 2010 was just an ordinary Wednesday, at least at first. Paige had plans to attend a party, one she and Brittany were both invited to, but Brittany already had plans with her boyfriend, so Paige went alone. Since she had a pay-as-you-go phone that was out of minutes, she left it at home, intending to use someone else's if needed. That decision would later prove to be significant. When Paige didn't return home that night, no one panicked at first. Brittany assumed she had lost track of time, but as the morning came and Paige was still missing, worry turned into fear. By the evening of September 23rd, Donna and Brittany reported Paige missing, but the police weren't exactly helpful. They suggested that Paige had run away, a theory that made no sense. Paige would never abandon her daughter. Yes, she enjoyed partying, but she was responsible. She had plans to meet Brittany that night and never gave any indication of wanting to disappear. Desperate for answers, the family took matters into their own hands. They searched, printed flyers, and questioned everyone they could. And that's when they realized something crucial. The last person to see Paige alive was her 22-year-old friend, Jacob Bumpass. Jacob was much older than Paige and her friends, and he had a criminal record, a past conviction for robbery. Donna had never met him in person, but she didn't trust him. When confronted, Jacob initially cooperated. He told Donna that after the party, Paige went back to his house where they drank together. He then claimed he dropped her off at 15th and Scott Street in Covington, a dark, desolate area Paige would have never willingly asked to be left at. Meanwhile, Brittany logged into Paige's Facebook and found a message sent the night she vanished. "Call me now, I need to talk to you as soon as possible." But, without her phone, Paige would have had to use someone else's to send that message. Was she in trouble? Did she try to reach out for help? The police finally took the case seriously and brought Jacob in for questioning, but something didn't add up. Phone records showed that Jacob wasn't in Covington that night. Instead, his phone pinged 30 miles away, near East Fork State Park, an area surrounded by dense woods. When confronted, Jacob changed his story. He now claimed he had gone fishing that night. Fishing, at 4 in the morning. The police weren't buying it. But without concrete evidence, Jacob walked free. 10 years passed, and then, a shocking discovery changed everything. On March 22, 2020, a hunter in Clermont County stumbled upon something in the woods: a human skull. Forensics confirmed the worst. After a decade of searching, they had finally found Paige Johnson. But her cause of death? Unknown. With only a skull recovered, investigators couldn't determine how she died. And without that crucial piece of evidence, Jacob couldn't be charged with murder. Instead, he was arrested for abuse of a corpse and tampering with evidence. In July 2023, Jacob went to trial. His defense team blamed Paige, calling her reckless and claiming her high-risk lifestyle led to her own disappearance. But the jury didn't buy it. Jacob was found guilty. His punishment? A mere 3 years in prison. The maximum sentence for his charges. He's set for release in 2027. Paige's family waited 13 years for answers. Her mother, Donna, expressed bittersweet relief, saying, "I've wanted to bring my baby home for so long. I was afraid I'd go to my grave without ever getting to." Every year, Paige's family gathers at Devo Park in Covington, where a tree stands in her memory. She was a daughter, a sister, a mother. And though justice was never fully served, Paige will never be forgotten. If you found this case compelling, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime documentaries every week. Thank you for watching True Crime Stories. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.